What up, Dokkaners? Let's test out Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Dude, you got to see this. Before we even start, look at this. Look at this. I thought he was digivolving. Look at this. Watch this. And then, they did the same effect as the Super Saiyan 4, but they gave it to Vegeta and they made it blue. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. If you guys want to jump ahead, use the timestamps in the video to skip ahead. For now, let's take a look. Daima, key +4, 220% stats. For Vegeta's family, key +3, 220% stats. For the super attack, raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. For the 12 key EX super attack variant, when a super attack is launched as an additional, 50% chance for the super attack to become an EX super attack. And when that does, greatly raises attack and raises defense for 4 turns, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, raises allies' defense by 10% for 3 turns. That's on just 1 super. Then for the 18 key, massively raises attack and greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. And now we take a look at the passive. Activates entrance animation. Key +3 attack and defense +300%. Great chance of launching an additional super. Guards all attacks for 4 turns. Attack and defense +300%. Receives an additional key +3 per tech key sphere obtained. Receives an additional key +2 per non-tech key sphere obtained. I think this is already going to make Vegeta much easier to use than Goku in terms of getting to 24 key. Damage reduction 30%. Daima or Vegeta's family category allies attack and defense +30%. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 23 or more key, damage reduction +30%, launches an additional super attack. For every attack performed, attack +100% within the turn. Every time the character performs 3 or more attacks in battle, launches an additional super attack up to once within the turn. All allies chance to crit. What? All allies chance to perform a crit +50% within the character's next attacking turn up to 50% within the turn. So the super attack effect will happen immediately, but the critical will only take place on the following turn. That will be probably confusing for some people. Starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, all allies defense +20%, super class Daima category allies guard all attacks for 2 turns when the character is in slot 2. All allies defense +30% and superclass Daima category allies guard all attacks for 3 turns when the character is in slot 3. This means when you're in slot 2, everybody is going to basically get guard because we're going to be running full Daima. If you float him off until he returns, everybody is still taken care of. This is a very underrated but incredible passive, but it is limited to Daima. The reason for that is because if this were to apply to all superclass characters in general, that would be pretty broken. And also, it doesn't leave the room for them to eventually iterate characters to the point where they will do something like that. Like, we have now started, we have gotten a taste for what this could be. Down the road, a year from now maybe, there will be a new Dokkan Festival LR or Carnival LR that will provide guard to the entire class of Super, right? Eventually we'll get there, but for now, this is what it is, and the reason for it is because Daima is a small category and it has a lot of free-to-play characters, so this is really good. So then we take a look at the active. Active skill can be activated starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. All allies key +3 for 2 turns, for 3 turns. So how do you build the character? Well, I don't know if I'm not sure. I don't know because he has a great amount of combo moves, but the more attacks he launches, the more attack he gets, which I want. And I also want to do damage. He only has a 50% crit chance that would kick in on the following turn. I want him to do as much damage as possible. So my early recommendation is probably going to be max crit and the rest additional, which I know sounds crazy. Tune the dodge guy, not recommending dodge. But that's what I'm thinking right now. Over the course of the video, I might change my mind. So please check the final thoughts section of the video. Please check the pinned comment. Eventually, I might change my mind. At the moment, I'm thinking I want to prioritize damage. Am I crazy? Yes. But that doesn't mean that there's not a good enough reason for me wanting to do that. So anyway, that being said, this is our team. What we're going to do is we're going to have Daima Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta in our slot 1. And this guy will be slot 2. We'll also test him out in the slot 1 with maybe like this guy in the slot 2. We'll see how that goes. And then we got a bunch of Daima characters supporting and floating off. So let's try this out on the future boss rush. Get ready to watch a bunch of intros.
Don't underestimate us. Now that we're back to normal.
Perhaps I judged you too harshly. That was actually pretty smooth. That intro looked pretty good on my phone. Okay. Our slot 1 GOAT is not present. He will not be here for a few turns. So in the meantime, we're going to do some stress testing with this boy while he's got guard for 4 turns. All right. So let's put this guy slot 1 and let's see what happens. In terms of, oh yeah. In terms of ease of 24 key, this dude's got it. So at 23 key, remember it's 23 and not 24. I don't know why. Someone can let me know. He's going to get 30% damage reduction and launch an additional super. So at the moment, he's got 60% damage reduction and guard, which is better than the Super Saiyan 4. So let's do this. Oh, and then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. Yeah, it might just be 23 because of Super Saiyan 3. Ironically, though, because his... Ouch. Really? Okay, well, there you go. On this event, this is a pretty mediocre event. We took 400,000 damage in slot 1. We did 8 million damage on the first attack. I didn't see what the attack was. Oh. Oh my! Do it again. 28 million attack stat now. He had 22 million on the EX attack. So he shot up. And he's still going. Do it again. Aha! 47.8 million attack stat. The first attack was 13 million. Is this Vegeta bias? To me, he's already better than Goku. Is that crazy? Just that one turn? Because I just realized all those attacks we're giving, we just gave 20% to everybody for 3 turns. Am I crazy for saying that? It might be too soon.
My name is Glorio, the king of the 3rd demon world sent me.
We already learned in that first turn, though. He is not a slot 1. Do not even bother. And that's essentially why going into this, I was thinking, you know, like, I like dodge and all, but I feel like we should be focusing more on what he does best, which is combo, damage, and subsequent support. I'm feeling pretty good about what I said. And uh-oh, are we in trouble? We might be in trouble here. This dude's got how much dodge? He's got 60, 40%. Ew. Yeah, we don't have a lot of dodge, actually. I think, okay. I gotta put this guy slot 1 just by necessity. We might lose. That's okay. If we lose, we'll just come back. Time traveling is... I've mastered time traveling. Actually, it's called time slipping. I studied it over a whole season of a TV show. You'll never understand. All right. Ew, dude, 20? 20K? All right, 6 million on this one. Here we go. EX. 19 million attacks on the EX. Oh, another one. Actually, you know what? If we can get lucky and get a bunch of EXs with all the extra defense, maybe these guys can survive in slot 2 and 3. Maybe. All right, so we launched, I believe, 2 EXs. So that's 20% defense for 3 turns. Combined with the defense from last turn, don't forget. So I think we got like 40% rotating defense now. Okay. Yeah, he was also getting 100% more attack. Oh my god, dude, Vegeta's so much more fun to use. Don't kill him. I want to see how much damage we take. Don't kill, don't kill, don't kill. Nice. Actually, can you super me? Don't dodge this. Damn it. That almost went perfectly. The biggest W of the entire anniversary, Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta. This guy is now your slot 1 god when this guy gets his team guard. We don't have the team guard just yet, but when we get there, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so because of where we are, this is actually kind of unfortunate. We're gonna have to probably waste his damage reduction on this turn. So let me just go ahead and do that. Let's just do this. I'm gonna leave him slot 1. I'm gonna do this. And then we'll do this. All right. Hit him with that Fang Regalia. Let's go. He still had extra defense from before. So that combined with his 90% damage reduction. Oof. Oh, beautiful. All right. We have now reached turn 4. So this is where the team guard mechanic is going to start kicking in. Right? Starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So now, if we're in slots 2 or 3, we will give guard. The problem with this specific turn is that who's our slot 1? So that's a tune L, a self-inflicted L, because I didn't really think about that.
So that's my bad.
But you know what? Isn't this guy guaranteed guard? Oh, that's slot 3. Damn it. You know what? What's his dodge overall? He's got high chance to dodge. 80%. Dodge 70. Oh, 70%. 70% chance and guard. No, I'm gonna leave this guy slot 1. I want to see what happens with him. He's got 40% damage reduction, 50% damage reduction. Yeah. He's got 50% damage reduction. Let me leave him slot 1 with the guard. So let's do this. Oh, and we've got the active. Active would give massively raised attack, cause ultimate damage. All right, let me do this. Let me activate the active.
Final flash! Ah!
20 mil. Not as flashy as the Super Saiyan 4, but what you'll really appreciate is when he actually starts comboing and laying into him. All right, so let's do... Oh, you know what? He's not going to get attack orbs. That's okay. Let's do... Oh, this actually gives him max. Yep, let's do that. And let's do that. Glorio now has guard in slot 1. That's what you saw right there. The down arrow, that's guard. And honestly, I want to have that in the video, so I'm glad that we got that. He had 50% damage reduction plus guard. Glorio is a huge beneficiary of this guy's ability because he already had damage reduction and dodging, so now with the extra guard, he becomes much more secure. Was that 36 million attack stat? 23 million on that one. EX! 44 million attack stat. Again. EX. 62 million attack stat. Once again, reminder, you can change the speed of EX attacks to double speed. There is a settings option for it. If you do, you will disable the voice acting part of it. That's up to you if you want to do that. I am keeping it at single speed for the sake of this video for right now. I will adjust it in the second half probably. All right, so now we've got 20% defense rotating in along with other stuff. There's just so much to keep track of. It's crazy. All right, so we've got this guy slot 1 and he's got guard now. You can see that with the Wakanda symbol and the Infinity Stones. See that little symbol? That indicates guard. He never had that before because he never had guard. If I move like this... Oh, he still has it? Wait, what? I thought it would go away. Oh, wait, no. That's from last turn. Oh, that's from last turn. I forgot. That's why he has it. So if you wanted to, you could switch somebody else into slot 1 if you needed to, but we got Daima, so we're good. So let's do that. We're gonna murder you. Goodbye, dummy.
Final flash!
Man, what the hell was that? What? What the hell was that? Did I just do 3 million damage? What was... I guess this is not gonna be the... Okay. Whatever. I guess his active skill isn't gonna be the craziest part of it. It's gonna be the combos that matter. That was not... I'm so thrown off by that. That threw me off so bad. Delete that footage. I don't want to cancel his enemy actions, so I'm going to keep Glorio without his active skill. Hit me! Super me! Oh my god, we got that dog. We got that damage reduction. We got that guard. Dude. What a goated rotation. 19 million attack stat for my Super Saiyan 3 mini Vegeta Daima. He's also giving you defense for the turn. 3 million damage in the year 2026. Isn't that crazy? 29.6 million attack stat to start. 8 million damage.
EX.
Is that 35 million attack stat? $10 million, no crit.
EX.
52.2 million attack stat. Bro, launch some crits, my guy.
EX.
69.5 million attack stat. Vegeta's way more fun to use. Vegeta's way more fun to use. I don't even care we're not landing these crits. Vegeta's way more fun. $20 million, no crit. The lack of crit is driving me crazy. I can't believe I was right. I think I'm going max crit and I'm going the rest additional. Dude, I actually wanted you to get hit there, and you had to ruin it. You had to ruin it. Okay. 50% damage reduction plus guard. I want to see how much this free-to-play bum is going to take in slot 1. So let's do that.
Good idea.
Slot 1. Then Vegeta slot 2. And Daima Mini slot 3. Super Saiyan 4 slot 3. Let's see it. Go on, hit me. Hit me. Yes! All right, 50% damage reduction plus guard. This is gonna do a lot. That's so good. That is so good. He took 1.1 million damage as a free-to-play slot 1 against Fusion Zamasu. That's actually huge. So that just speaks to how good that crazy guard effect is. All right, we gotta do something else. All right, call me crazy, but we are gonna try the Cell Max Artificial Life Form Red Zone stage. I don't expect to win. I just want to stress test and kind of get a feel for how much damage we're gonna take and stuff. With everybody having... Oh, wait, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, well, let's just see what we can get out of it. This is not meant to be a winning run. Let's just see what we can do with this. Probably not a lot. So let's do this.
And then we'll do this.
What is the deal with Piccolo's linkage? Yikes. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
Uh-oh.
Does he get more key?
Uh-oh.
Well, rip to you. Nice dodge. 14.3 million attack stat to start.
EX.
23.9 million. Is that 24 million attack stat? So this now gives Piccolo 10% defense. We give rotating 10% for 3 turns. EX again. 37.9 million attack stat. $20 million on that one.
EX.
A third time. 53.7 million attack stat. My God. 30 million, no crit. How much are you gonna do? Nice dodge. Oof, 300k. I mean, it is a critical. That is also a problem. Okay. All right, good to know. Good to know, good to know. All right, this time we're gonna try with a Whis, just to see how much we take. This is probably not the greatest use of our time, considering how bad this rotation is, but I might as well. Let's do this. We get max key with him. This guy doesn't give us much, sadly. Okay. All right, let's just see what happens. Give everybody defense. Nice. Nice. That's the AoE. That's not the super attack. Double digits. With a Whis, we took less than 300,000. But also, the second guy didn't have 23 keys, so I don't think he has extra damage reduction.
EX.
23.7 million attack set on this one. $30 million on this one. With that extra 10%, when they do it again, I'm curious how much we'll take. One more. Nice. All right, so 20% for everybody. All right, so how much is this guy gonna take? Double digits for him, double digits for him. Nice. Okay. All right, that's good to know. We got some useful information from that. All right, we're fighting Debibi in the Artificial Life Forms Red Zone. All right, so I'm putting Pansy slot 1. Pansy is going to be our slot 1 unit for a little while. She doesn't have damage reduction, but she has 80% chance to dodge plus an extra 25. So she should be good. Everybody here is Daima, so yeah, we're fine. So let me go ahead and do this. And then Vegeta slot 2. And then Gloria slot 3. Oh, he stuns. She stuns, my bad. All right. 12 million to start. $8 million. 20 million on the EX. $14 million damage. 32 million attacks it on the next EX. $36.5 million attacks it on the fourth super, not on EX. Nice. Very nice. What you have now seen is what Goku and Vegeta can do separately. Goku was on the previous video. Vegeta's on this one. Stick those two together on the same team, and oh my god. We just found our Shaq and Kobe of Daima. As far as what I want to give him, I mean, I'm still thinking additionals and crit. Like, I don't care about dodge for him. I'll probably get a little bit of dodge in there from his equip, because I think he's going to have a unique equip that will give him some dodge. But I just don't care. Oh, he didn't get an EX. All right, we got our Vegeta boys together. Active? No, we're saving the active. He's not building up anything. So yeah, we're not doing all that. All right, so let's do this. Super Saiyan 3 mini slot 1. With 2 tech key spheres, look at how much we got. Wow. Wow. Max key. Very good. Let's do that. This guy has 90% damage reduction and guard turn 1 and scouting. Was that 16 million attack stat? EX 27.8 million. I think the musical cue is enough. You don't need the voiceover if you don't care for it. Here's our second EX attack. We're not rocking that crit damage because we have to wait for the next turn where we get the crit. So is that enough for you? For me, I want his damage always to have a chance at being crit. With his base crit at 55%, only 10%, it's just not enough. So I'm definitely going to go max crit. I'm going max crit and I'm putting the rest into additionals. It is now turn 4. Everybody gets guard. So let's once again put slot 1 to show off the new guard. Does he have Wakanda? No, he doesn't have it. Wait, what? Oh, is it because I didn't pick up the orb yet? That's why. There we go. Now they got it. Yep. Wakanda Forever, Infinity Stones. Nice. Hit me. Hit me. No, stop dodging. Hit me. Bro just casually dodged everything and ruined that. Okay. EX. Is that 27 something? That's one EX so far. Second one? Nope. So you can kind of see the roulette type nature of the EX for Vegeta. With only one EX that we launched, we are only getting 10% rotating defense. For this fight specifically, it might not be a problem. Other events, that could potentially be an issue, but there's nothing we can do about that. There is nothing that can be done about that. All right, so now we have basically everybody has guard now. I'm saving Vegeta's active for the final few rounds. Oh my god, this guy's back. That's so good. Everybody called this guy mid. I felt so bad. It was hard to defend it. He just gave everybody a bunch of defense for the turn, and now Vegeta can go off. So that first attack, like 12 million something, 7 million damage. Here we go. Oh, no EX. 24.2 million attack stat. 16.7 million damage. We got a crit there, by the way. 36.3 million. No EX again. $14 million, no crit. 48 million, 48.4 million. We got 0 EXs on this one. $18.1. Okay, doesn't matter. I think that's the first time we've gone an entire turn without the Vegeta launching EX attacks. Okay. Pansy is more likely to dodge and thus ruin the guard. I want to have Glorio actually guard. So let me do this. And we'll do this. And then we'll do this. We are benefiting this turn from guard, from a bunch of defense from last turn. Also, this is the free-to-play Glorio. 21 million attack stat for the free-to-play Glorio. 15 million damage. He's doing about the same as the Vegeta. My god. All right, 12 million to start again. $4.6 million. 15.9 on the follow-up, and no EX. 10 million on a crit. 23.9. Are we about to go back to back with 0 EX? I'm glad we caught this on video. Oh, there we go. There's one. All right. But that is sometimes what's going to happen. It feels like they're never supering me because I've like taken 0 damage. I can't tell. I hope when we get to the final stage, we'll actually feel something. Alright, so we put just slot 1. We got a Dokkan attack coming up. I'm trying to avoid it as long as possible, but we're probably going to get it on the second to last phase. Kindly start with an EX. I want to give Vegeta all attack buffs. I want to make his attack raise more profound. 100% attack with each attack given. I'm going max crit. This is like reverse tune. I am going max crit, the rest additional, all attack. For the mini Vegeta, since he's your like bona fide slot 1, what did I give my Vegeta? He is max dodge, the rest additional. All right, AoE. Okay, so now we're actually going to see something. Now it's going to get interesting. So let me put Glorio slot 1. He's got type advantage, he's got dodge, and he's got guard now. Then we've got Vegeta slot 2. He also has guard. And then we got Piccolo slot 3. He has dodge and he has guard. So let's see how much damage we take here. This guy is stronger too. This guy gets stronger when we're fighting with pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans. All right, so he takes 61k. He takes double digits, and Piccolo dodges. Okay. $61,000. This is a free to play, so that shouldn't surprise you too much, but not as bad as it could have been. Hopefully he supers after this. We could maybe see if he hits Glorio. Super? Oh. All right, 16.7 million attacks that we have not been getting lucky with our EXs. We need some rotating defense. Stat. EX, please. There we go. There's one. 41 million attack stat on the third super. $46.7 million attack stat. Nice dodge. Oh, what does his active skill do? Oh, greatly raise attack plus 33% for 1 turn. Okay. Oh, Dokkan attack inbound. I am gonna have to leave Vegeta in slot 2, I'm afraid. What we're gonna be testing here is how much the Super Saiyan 3 will take in slot 1. So let's just do that. Let's do this. I suppose I should probably use the active, huh? Let me go ahead and use the active. Why not? Let's use the active. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's active is gonna give everybody key plus 3, cause ultimate damage, and just ignore that. That was pathetic. Ignore it. Yikes. Super.
Time to get serious.
Yeah, I think ultimately we shouldn't be judging the active based on its damage. I mean, we're going to. But if you think about the active, what it's mainly doing is it's facilitating Goku. Yes. Goku has some key issues. So with key plus 3, that will help shore up Goku's key weakness. And also you can get the attacks going early because an active skill is an attack. So that would count as far as building up your attack plus 100 over and over and over. Yeah, that is a bummer. That active skill is depressing. Here we go. Hey, in dodge. Nice. How much are we taking after supering? With all the defense? Double digits. Nice. $31.8 million attacks at the start. Yeah, because of the active skill, made us stronger. 11 mil on that one. EX. 39 million attack set on the EX Super. No EX there. 16.4.
EX.
69.5 million attack stat. This fight is going on a little bit long because we don't have as much damage output. The main damage output is coming from the Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, which is proving my point about the lack of critical. Because of our team and how modest the team is damage-wise, it is showing in terms of the time to kill. So this is where crit would factor in so much more. If you're able to get crit, and if you're able to consistently do higher amounts of damage, then obviously that is going to make the fights like this much faster. Oh, sure. You know what? Let me go ahead and activate this. Let me disable enemy action for slot 1, and then we do this. All right. I want to get to the final round. We don't have to win. I just want to see how much damage we're taking with those like triple supers. I want to see how much these boys take. I want to mainly see how much the Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta will take in slot 1. $18 million attack stat. Crit, please. Thank you. 11.8. That's it? Wait, what? Oh my. That was awful. We got 2 attacks. That's it. All right, how much is Vegeta going to take here? We launched 2 attacks. We got some defense floating around. We got some damage reduction. 190,000. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to skip ahead because this is taking a while. We're going to jump over to the final phase. All right, here we go. Final phase. We're probably going to die, but I want to see what happens. So let's go ahead and activate the active skill. That is just pathetic. I actually don't think... I think it might be better if I put Pansy slot 1, because if Pansy dodges, we don't have to worry about anything. Gloria has a lower chance to dodge. I'm gonna put Pansy slot 1. Pansy, be nice. Please don't get killed. I want to see how much Vegeta will take against Super Bibi. So let me do that. And then let me do that. %, 80%, 80%, 80%, 80%, 80%. Oh, thank you. Doesn't matter how many times you super, my friend, you better dodge. You will get killed. One more. Nice. All right. Vegeta, the final frontier. How much are we going to do and how much are we going to take? 23 million attack stat to start. By the way, the synergy is kind of lacking on this rotation. I am aware. 7 million attack stat right there. EX. 28 million on the second super. $9 million damage, no crit. 40.6 million on the EX. That's more defense given to Glorio. 13 million, no crit. 43.2 million attacks on the third super. This is not an EX. Or sorry, fourth super. Not an EX. That does 15 million, no crit. He needs crit. He needs crit badly. The damage output just needs to be higher and more regular, you know? 700,000 damage after supering a bunch of times. Oof. All right, so I've seen enough. This guy is a slot 2, obviously, not a slot 1. His defense, when it comes to intercepting some attacks on the higher difficulty events, is going to be an issue. Because we just took 700,000 damage from Baby Great Ape. So even if you're launching a bunch of attacks, even if you've got, you know, a bunch of damage out there, dodge is still going to help him, which is kind of why this is a tougher sell. I still think to get the most out of his kit, you want to be prioritizing damage. I think, if anything, what I might be more okay with is not putting anything in additional, and I might go critical and dodge. because he's got additional. Even if he were to launch a couple more attacks in that scenario, with his 30% damage reduction, 60% damage reduction, and his guard, after launching those attacks, he still took a lot of damage. One more super wasn't going to change that. So if he has dodge in there instead, then he has a chance to take 0 damage. So I think I'm gonna go with crit and crit and dodge. I am not going additional. I'm gonna go crit and dodge. I might put a little bit of additional in there with my anniversary equips, but that's what I think is ultimately the best build for the character. If you go full additional and crit, I don't blame you, but just know he's not safe in slot 2. He's not. We lost to Baby. We are entering the 11th anniversary. I haven't even touched the new events yet. Those events are probably going to murder this guy in some situations. So I think critical and dodge, that is my final answer, and I'm sticking to it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on how to build this Vegeta. What are your thoughts on the character overall? In my opinion, he is way more fun to use than the Goku. Granted, you are restricted to Daima when it comes to the team guard part, but he still provides an ample amount of support to everybody else outside of that. So let me know your thoughts on the character, first impressions. Did your ideas on how to use the character change over time? How do you build the character? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of myself do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and ours are meant to Dokkan responsibly.